I'm feeling bougie, a little bit, of course, fancy and classy because you know what? We are about to talk about investments. Yes. And of course, finance. And of course, a little bit of tea. Actually, I know a lot of you guys are always wondering, how do I get an extra penny in my pocket? This is being a hawker. Hi honeys, how are you? Tanya Shylock here, and of course welcome back to my YouTube channel. What's popping, what's well, and of course all that particular kind of good stuff over there. If this is your first time here, of course watching my face over this platform, hello, hi, I'm Tanya Shylock. I do videos about makeup, glam, fashion, beauty, my medical career, kind of vlogs, reaction videos, and of course investments and finance. I love anything concerning money because I know how tricky money tends to be a little bit sometimes, and I'm that one kind of a person, of course, who pays a little bit of an attention. Where do I, well, of course, put my coins one of these days, and how do I, of course, minimize my spending, and of course improve on my savings, and of course my investment culture. So literally in today's video, I'm going to be, of course, spilling that tea about the best 5 ideas, of course, for job opportunities which are very stress-free, like 100% stress-free, and of course you can get all that particular kind of extra income entering into your pocket with less attention to those particular kind of job ideas. My top 5 job kind of ideas to boost your income or your savings or your wallet or your cash, your dollars, your pounds, your shillings, of course, in 2020. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory about me. First of all, this is not bragging, but right now where I am with my finances, I'm in a very happy place. I'm not complaining. I'm not a little bit that they are so bad or they are so good, but I'm not complaining. That's one thing that you have to know, you guys. I'm not complaining, and of course I'm that happy. I'm in that happy place that I just think that I have to be a little bit evacuating, you know, or migrating away, because you know when you get a little bit comfortable where you are, you'll never grow. But I'm in a very happy place with my finances. I'm not regretting. It's not so bad, it's not so good, it's not so high, it's not so low, and of course all that, but I'm in a very happy place, and that's why of course I decided to come over here to tell you, of course, all this tea I'm about to spill. And another a little bit of a backstory. Of course, I was able to save in 2016, I think, around 1.4 million Ugandan shillings. Yes, 1.4 million Ugandan shillings in less than 3 months. And just keep in mind that by this time I was at school, less than 3 months, and I'm about to talk everything, how I did everything, like everything, of course, in order just to be able, of course, to save all that kind of money when I was at school, not doing an official job, not doing any particular kind of big stuff, but of course all that you watch the video to the end in order for you to know literally how, and of course which ideas I used, and of course which business or which particular kind of income sources I literally engaged my mind onto in order to raise that particular kind of shilling. Literally for me, I remember that I was around, I think was I 17 or 16, something like that. I'm not very sure. Maybe I'll put the information on the screen, but let's just dive into the video right now. Things come fast, you guys. I know a lot of you right now, you are very familiar with social media, and I'll be spilling a little bit tea, or a little bit of tea, maybe later on in my particular kind of vlog life or YouTube life, but not now. But you know, right now I think you know that social media influencers, we get paid, and this is through different particular kind of steps that I'll be maybe talking about one time in life. But I'll advise you very much to pay attention to social media, because it literally pays so well, not only on the platforms such as YouTube, but also on different particular kind of platforms such as LinkedIn, and of course Instagram, and of course and I think for Instagram in particular, those are more of brand deals, and also on YouTube it's also more of brand deals, and of course not only brand deals, but of course there's also something known as AdSense, where YouTubers get paid. It will be tea for another day, but different social media platforms, you know, like having a very big follow up on Facebook. Literally a lot of people, just keep in mind that you have over 10,000, like 10,000 people following your page on Facebook. It means that you have a lot of opportunities, of course, to be able, or you are available kind of course brand ambassador in one way or another. So basically you have a lot of chances to get paid, and of course showcase the brand owners, of course, of the products or the announcement or whatever they want you to announce, in order for you, of course, to increase that cash into that pocket. This is my part 2, or number 2, which is, of course, which is something, of course, that I find very, very important, and this helped me a lot, like a lot, when I was a little bit younger, when I started making my own cash. Yes, when I started making my not making a lot of cash, but only that young cash, around senior 1, just you have just joined high school, and of course all that. It helped me, of course, a lot, like being a sales personnel. I'll also recommend you guys that, especially people, of course, right now who are still in college or in school, being a sales personnel, it's one of the best clean money that you can ever get, because one of your roles or one of your jobs is just to walk around within your friends, tell them about a particular product if they feel like, and of course make sure that you convince them that the product is viable and of course very good, extraordinary good, so that of course you have that discount off. And of course your main role in particular, or to summarize up, is just to get a particular kind of customers. And when you sell the products of a particular brand or a particular company, it means that you're having a particular kind of discount off, and that discount off, that's those are coins just entering into your pocket. I'll just give you an example, of course, literally, as I've given you one for social media, that for example, being maybe a sales personnel of a particular company, maybe of telecom kind of is it telecom? Okay, maybe telecoms, such as mobile phones or SIM cards. And this is the most important thing, because I see a lot of people, especially many people who are my friends, have been able, of course, to gain a little bit more coin with this. So they go into particular big companies such as MTN or Airtel, and of course they get those SIM cards, and of course they go out in the community, and of course they are able to sell them at a particular rate. But of course for them, they increase it at a little bit of a small discount. And when they go from school, they go to their particular kind of side kind of job, which also brings them coin, and of course they are able to exist and of course cash flow into their kind of pockets. This is my third point, and I think this is one of the most important of all above. I don't know why it's most important, but I think it's also more of clean money. This is being a hawker. I know right now a lot of you guys are laughing, but being a hawker in a modern way, not in the old way, but in a modern way, I'm having this one of my good friends. She's a hawker, but a hawker in style. So she always has her kind of mini bag. Let me just grab my mini bag, you guys. Actually, she always has something like this, not equivalent to this, but something, of course, a little bit like this. And what she does is, like, she always carries her different products that she sells to her fellow students, her fellow nursing student. Oh my god, English. Her fellow nursing students. And she always have earrings. She always have bracelets, and of course all that. And I'm very proud of her, because she has been able, of course, to make a lot of profits. And of course she has also been able, of course, to save a little bit more coin, because making money, saving, making money, saving, making money, saving, making money, saving, and of course all that. You guys, if you can be able, of course, to hawk very little things. It might not be jewelry, it might be books, like maybe, especially here in my country, Uganda, and of course Africa, we are not very good readers. That's according to the history of Africans. We're not very good readers, but basically there are some people, of course, who took the genes and of course the tithe of readers, such as the European people, but we're not very good readers. But hopefully, if you can be able, of course, to move with those, you might even not move with them, but have them at home. But as you pass through different students and of course people, you tell them about a particular product that you're selling, and on that product, I'm very sure that you can put it at a slightly bigger price, or a slightly a discount, not a discount, but an increment kind of percentage, which can also increase on your account. It's very simple, such as that. One of the points that I love most, and I know everything, I love it and I like it, but I also love investments, and of course being an investor. Whenever I talk about investments and of course finance, I just feel like my heart is very, very truncated, because I love money, and I know that I really love the way how it fulfills, it doesn't fulfill, but it nourishes those parts of your life which you never thought that they would get out from the dark to light, if that makes sense. I really love the fact that money is it remains a medium of exchange that can literally change your life forever. Yes, and this just links, of course, to investments. I would advise you 100% sure to get a particular kind of business to invest into, but of course with very broad daylight people. I think right now you know what I'm meaning. Broad daylight kind of people. Of course, those are very open people who can literally tell you about a business that they want you to invest in. They tell you about the particular kind of profit sharing, and of course all that. And of course you look at also about the accountability of the business. When you invest in that particular kind of money, will it be able, of course, to bring in profits and of course fulfill your goal as an investor? So this might not be in very big kind of course of corporations or very big kind of course companies and of course all that, but I've seen a lot of my friends, especially from the school where I go to, they invest or they bring a particular kind of amount of money, a percentage of amount of money into this canteen business where they have where of course they are having a particular percentage, of course, contributed by everyone, so that they can buy different gadgets needed at the canteen, such as maybe the oven, such as of course the refrigerator, and of course all that, so that of course when they make the products, when they employ people to come around to make the bakery product, make the juices, and of course all that, when they sell them out, they can be able, of course, to share out the profits. So I would advise you that if you can get an opportunity to invest your cash or your money, please do, because one of these days, when you invest, that's one of the most biggest assurance that you can ever have in life. Kind of things that has helped me to grow my finances, my investments, my kind of money life, if that makes sense. Yeah, if that makes sense, it's of course developing a particular creative skill, such as let me try to explain this a little bit. There are people, of course, who are gifted and of course talented. By this I mean to develop your talent a little bit and of course try to be creative, get out of your comfort zone, be able to create something, be skillful. One of these days our president of our country is advocating like about people getting different skills, because it's very important whether you come from university, whatever the case may be, your university, but of course when you have your skills at your fingertips, it will be very easy to gain a little bit more cash. And one of the things that are very common, especially here in my country, it's hair plating, and there's also tailoring, there is baking, there is plumbing, there is is it sewing, something like that. But there are a lot of course of creative skills that are taught, and of course advent onto that talents. These are one of course of the most leading kind of paying kind of side jobs, if that makes sense. I almost make around on a very of course busy kind of week for me, though I'm at school, but of course I have to get out time to go out. I almost make something like, I think 25 or 30,000 Uganda shillings every week from plaiting hair. So that's cash, and of course that's my side job, and it's one of course of the images that I want to just bring out to show you that when you develop a particular kind of skill, it will be of course to fund you, get you a little bit more income, and of course all that. You guys, to tell you about my 1.4 million Ugandan shillings that I was able to save in less than 3 months without working anywhere, but of course also just trying to be creative and of course trying to be myself. So I was able to collect or to save the 1.4 million Ugandan shillings through persistent savings, persistent investments. By then I think I was in some group at my school where we used to invest a little bit more cash in different products that we would bring at school to sell, especially on visitation days, and of course all that, if that makes sense. So and I was a saving superholic. So that I was able of course to raise that 1.4 from the investments I made, and of course from my creative kind of skills I had, such as of course makeup and glam, fashion, and of course also try to be a little bit, of course, creative, as I've told you that creativity is cash and cash is creativity. So when you have the creativity, you can be able, of course, to have the money. When you have the money, you can be able, of course, to be creative. Full stop, period. Comes to the conclusion of that video. Thank you for watching my video. That's if you have been watching, it really brightens up my heart and it brings my YT life to the next level. Remember to subscribe to the channel, that's if you're not yet subscribed, and of course give me a like if you found that video very, very important. Of course you loved it. Let me grab you in my next video. Remember that smartness, elegancy, and of course exploring the magic of your subconscious mind in 2020. Kenyan Shylock switching out. Bye for now.